and the election were held also in 1985. But we want a correct electoral roll, deleting the name of the foreigners. We had a long discussion with the Chief Election Commissioner. Let us see. But we must have a correct electoral roll, otherwise we will not allow any election to take place in Assam.
Now, they are telling, I mean the ASU, or Assam Students Union telling that this draft electoral roll which is published contains names of lakhs of foreigners, because they find that they are unusual increase, whereas the state electoral office, they maintain that increase is not unusual. Even the state government's view is such. Nonetheless, again a question of re-examination is come. We feel that because of their earlier pronouncement that there are millions of foreigners in Assam, they cannot be satisfied with this type of draft electoral roll, about which we are also complaining that lots of Indians have been left out. Assam agitationists are trying to find out a black cat in a room without light, in a dark room, and in fact, when there is no cat inside the room.
When there was an Assam Accord, one clause was that without updating the voter list, there will be no election. And for that reason, one special step was taken by the then election commissioner. 1 month time was given for objections and claims. 10 observers were appointed by the election commission, and about 9 lakhs voters were deleted from the voter list. A few lakhs claim was not accepted. Voter list was prepared, election was held, and by dint of that voter list they came in power.
Now, if you look back to 1985, the demand was for a revision of a voters list, a correct voters list. But at that time, these movement leaders, it was impressed upon the movement leaders that if actually an election takes place after the revision of the voters list, then Assam, which was unrepresented for a year, will remain unrepresented in parliament for a pretty long time. There will be no proper democratic process in this state, which will be unhealthy from the point of view of the state. And therefore, the movement leaders were impressed upon that they should fight the election on the basis of the 1985 rules, and the rules will be revised immediately thereafter. Therefore, the student leaders agreed at that time, or the movement leaders agreed at that time to fight the elections. Now, it is unfair now to say that because you agreed at that time, now you should fight the elections on the basis of the old revised list. It was a part of the agreement that the rules should be.
Formula बन जाए, वो घोषित हो जाए कि इस फॉर्मूले के अनुसार हम तय करेंगे कि इस तरह से मुझे न्यायपूर्ण से मिलेगा, अपने अधिकार मिलेगा, कोई भीख मांगने के लिए दिल्ली जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, एक फॉर्मूला के आधार पर तय होकर के राज्यों को मिलता है। आसाम सरकार की दिक्कतों को ध्यान में रखते हुए इंटरिम रूप से रॉयल्टी को 100 रुपए बढ़ाने का फैसला कर लिया गया है, और ये जो है
The visit of the Prime Minister VP Singh and the economic packages he offered the state was an effort to fulfill some of the clauses of the accord. It was, however, interpreted by many as largesse being offered with an effort to prop the sagging morale of the AGP government. The state leaders deny this vehemently, claiming that what the Prime Minister announced was only that which had been long overdue to them in any case.
This is our old demand, and we take up it with the central government at that time, Congress, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi also. He gave us assurance, but he could not fulfill it. Now when the National Front government formed in Delhi, then we take up the matter with the Prime Minister and other ministers which are concerned with these things. And they are agreed, therefore Prime Minister announced it.
If you look to the announcement that has been made, I can tell you that so far as the royalty is concerned, for example, the decision of the previous government, as we have found from the papers, was that 192 rupees was the just amount. Now, two important decisions have been made. The 100 rupees raise is important, but what is more important is it has been decided and announced that the royalty will be fixed under a statute, not under an award of the Prime Minister. The Chief Minister of a state shall not have to come to a begging bowl and say, kindly increase the royalty. That is a major announcement. So far as even the refinery is concerned, well, there was no clearance, no investment clearance. Therefore, it is not that the VP Singh went to prop up the sagging morale of Chief Minister. In fact, I was instrumental in taking him there, and you do not deny me that credit. Why do you deny me that credit?
The Northeast has over the years seen the birth of many extremist organizations. The birth of the United Liberation Front of Assam was therefore seen with alarm by political observers. ULFA's aim was ostensibly to achieve total independence for Assam from the Union of India. Over the last few years, the militant activities of ULFA members has been causing concern to the state administration. The organization, it is alleged, runs a parallel government in certain areas of Upper Assam. And many today are of the belief that unless they are curbed, ULFA will play a dominant role in the future Assamese political scene.
Initially, they were utilized during the Assam election in Nelly and other incident. But it died down. But unfortunately for the last 1.5 years, many boys have joined ULFA and they are running more or less a parallel government. In the name of cleaning the society, they are punishing people. They are extorting money from businessmen. Yesterday, a tea delegation came and met me. They have been asked to pay quite a good amount of money. When they go to the administration says we are helpless.
Then I mean, what is the government then? Presently there are 3 governments running in Assam. One government that is running from Dishpur, Assam Secretariat. Another government is running from Jalukbari, that is from Guwahati University. And another government is running in large parts of Assam, especially in Upper Assam, like Lakhimpur district, Sunitpur district. There is a government of Alpha. So, how they can feel safe? Government assurances are not at all effective. Police, I don't believe Assam police is not able to cope up with this situation. But we have reasons to believe that it has become inactive for some reasons, not clear to us yet.
The Alpha is creation of Congress High, as because during the time of Assam agitation, these people, those who are now involved in Alpha, they were in the agitation, but they were tortured very badly in the police lockup and other places by the Congress government. And that's why these people, they have completely lost their faith on the democracy. That's why they are taking this path. And now it is our duty, not only the duty of the government, it is the duty of every citizen to bring back to the mainstream.
Apart from the Assam Gana Parishad, it is the Congress which has an important role in Assamese politics. It was ousted by the AGP in 1985, and the subsequent defeat in the Lok Sabha polls demoralized the party. It was to rejuvenate the Congress eye that Mr. Hitesh Soikia, a former Chief Minister and Governor of Mizoram, was brought back. The question being asked by political analysts is whether his entry is being opposed by other factions in the Congress party itself.
No, there is no differences between our parties. We are working together. And in fact, we have been working for last 6-7 months together. We are organizing meeting together. In fact, it is the papers who is creating all the differences.
So you are categorically saying that you wouldn't mind if Mr. Hitesh Soikia replaces you as PCC president?
No, that depends upon the Congress High Command.
No, but suppose the Congress High Command chooses to
He
replace...
will suggest anybody. I will accept anyone.
So there is no difference in the Congress High in Assam?
No, the difference of opinions are there. I don't say that there is no difference of opinions. On issue basis, there is difference of opinions are there. But not that we are fighting each other. And in case of an election or in case of any other issues, we will fight unitedly.
The National Front, on the other hand, symbolizes an ironic situation in Assam. Its constituents, although opposed to each other in the assembly, claim to come to some understanding for the Lok Sabha seats. The Congress S, the AGP and the Janata Dal are united in their opposition to Congress I. Yet, their permutation and combinations seem unpredictable. It is in this context the role of the minorities becomes important. For years, the linguistic and religious minorities were the vote bank for the Congress I. But after the Assam Accord was signed, they felt betrayed and broke away. The United Minority Front, in fact, did exceedingly well in the 1985 elections. Today, the UMF has split into two factions, and both factions are being wooed by all the major political parties.
That is a peculiar situation in Assam. Minorities, they are a very important part of the social and political life of Assam. And whoever wants to be in power, as I said, must try to get their support.
No government in Assam can continue unless it is supported by the minorities in linguistic as well as religious. Ethnic minorities have already gone against them, who were with them in 1985. Now they are trying to enlist some support from the linguistic and religious minorities. But the policy they pursued in the last 4 years, I think the minorities have little reason to support them electorally.
This is not a question of minority or majority. We want the vote from the Indian citizen. We are coming to the power to work for the people. If people are satisfied, then they may cast vote for us. If they are not satisfied, then they may not cast vote for us. But we hope that our people will coming forward to cast vote for AJP.
While Assam's political scene is sketching its own contour, the crisis within the AGP is dominating the news. As the party came to terms with governance, dissident movement within the party was in the upswing, and numerous charges of corruption against the young ministers were constantly being made, both outside and within the state assembly.
There are charges of corruption against certain ministers. Those charges are widely published in the newspapers. And there is practically no planning, no ethos they could create. And they followed the same old Congress culture of maintaining a costly way of life.
But would you agree that there are charges?
There is no specific charges against the ministers.
But more serious than these unsubstantiated corruption charges was the constant bickering among the top AGP leadership. Observers have reasons to believe 3 factions exist in the top hierarchy, each headed by a prominent leader. One owing allegiance to the Chief Minister Praful Mahanta, the other to the Home Minister Brigu Phukon, and yet another to the Speaker Pulakesh Barua. It is the rift between the Chief Minister and the Home Minister which causes concern, although in the past they both denied such rift existed. The recent cabinet reshuffle brought things to a flashpoint and added to speculation that the Home Minister might quit the cabinet.
The Assam Gana Parishad party has in the past weathered many political storms. Indications are that the present crisis has also blown over and that the Chief Minister Praful Mahanta and Home Minister Brigu Phukon have sorted out their differences. Meanwhile, reports say the Bodo leaders have suspended their agitation. In the background of the time-bound action plan signed for the implementation of the Assam Accord, the situation there seems fluid, but not as bleak as it was only a little while ago. Thank you.